What does it look like to love a community rather than to leave it?
She saved my life.
The people here, they care.
Someone cared enough to help them get better.
My hope for Milwaukee is that we come together as one.
Milwaukee, I love you.
Welcome to Positively Milwaukee. The leaves are falling and winter is not far away. And that means snow removal season. Jessica Maduker spoke to a River West man, making sure people have the tools they need.
When it was new, it probably went for upwards of $1,000. And it's, I'm going to take a guess and say 25 years old and still has years left of service.
And someone will get this snowblower for free. Greg Ryan has been giving away machines like this along with lawnmowers for about 7 years.
I think I had a customer that said, "Thanks for fixing my lawnmower. Do you need this snowblower? Would you want it for parts?"
Greg took it and discovered it didn't need that much work.
Hey!
He decided to fix it up and give it away to someone who actually needed it.
I make myself happy and I make the recipient happy. So it is a very nice thing.
Over the years, people have donated dozens and dozens of lawnmowers and snowblowers, and Greg has put smiles on just as many faces.
If you can't blow snow, you're either going to have to shovel it or you're going to be late to the office or to wherever you're employed. And so if they have a snowblower, generally they can get out and blow the snow off before they need to drive away, and I'm happy to help.
But he wants others to take his gift and use it to help their neighbors. He calls it Snow Blow It Forward.
A couple of years ago, I put out a challenge to a bunch of people, and I said, I will snow blow out my entire block, and anybody else who does that, I will give them $50. And I actually had a couple of recipients of that, and they blew out their entire square block.
And for Greg, fixing up these lawn and snow machines is a self-sustaining cycle.
They keep coming in. I keep getting messages from people that say, I have one for you if you want to come pick it up.
Now, Greg actually says he flip-flops his repair schedule to accommodate whatever season is coming next. So he works on snowblowers in the summer and lawnmowers in the winter. Now, that is a generous guy. Going to the gym can certainly make you a healthier person. For a mom in Racine, lifting weights saved her life. James Groh has that story.
Before Heather Brown became a Wisconsin state lifting champion, the 34-year-old from Racine battled a heroin addiction for 10 years.
I was at my lowest point in my life 4 years ago, and I woke up in the hospital from an overdose, and it was confirmed through blood work that I was pregnant.
That's the moment Heather Brown's drug addiction ended and her journey as a mother and weightlifter began.
Honestly, it was after having my daughter and holding her that it just hit me how much bigger life can be.
To help her get sober, she started going to Mount Sinai Gym in Racine. What began as casual exercise turned into a true passion. On August 13th, she entered into her second ever competition. She won the state title on the same day she celebrated 4 years of sobriety. Now she hopes her story inspires others.
If it can help give one person hope, then it's worth it to put myself out there.
Her daughter is healthy, Brown is 4 years sober, and her life is exponentially better. She wouldn't mind winning a few more competitions, but most importantly, Brown wants to be the best mom she can be for her daughter.
That's the biggest thing. I want to be a good example for my daughter. I want to make her proud.
For Positively Milwaukee, I'm James Groh.
It is so impressive to see people turn their lives around and then help others do the same. Congratulations to Miss Braun. We wish her every success. Competing on a world stage is something a lot of athletes dream about. Lance Allen met with 3 kids, all in the same family, working on a very special tournament in Portugal.
Lucas, Emma, and Joshua, all 3 from the Young family, headed to Portugal in November for the International Wheelchair and Amputee Sports Federation World Games.
I'm going to compete for 100, 400, 800, and 1500.
I'm very excited.
Very fun. It's like I've never going on like all country for a sports event before. It's like very excited. And it's at Portugal, so it's even more better.
Train my butt off and try to get to Portugal and hopefully end the season off with a good note by getting better times than I ended with junior nationals.
All three of them are working on different aspects. Emma primarily in the wheelchair races, Lucas on the sprints and long jump, and Joshua for powerlifting.
The Yunt family, just 3 of 30 athletes from the United States headed overseas.
We don't know exactly what the international competition is going to be like, so it's a bit unknown, but what I'm looking for is improvement. So they've all got their personal bests, personal records, and that's really kind of the target. If they can exceed those or get to those, that to me is success.
They just ask for your help.
Just by going to the GoFundMe page at Team Yunt on Facebook, go search it up at Peter Yunt.
My goal is just try to inspire people to do what you stuff.
That's awesome.
Like, doesn't matter about what your body look like, just go for it.
Now, if going overseas wasn't enough, these kids are already champions at the state level. Lucas is also a high school All-American athlete. So good luck to the entire family as they get ready for Portugal. Coming up after the break, a tasty treat in the UK is also a fan favorite here in Milwaukee. Plus, you'll meet a Menominee Falls woman hoping to save lives during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We'll be back. Welcome back. We all know the Packers played in London last weekend and got the chance to check out some of the city's sights. But Simone Woolridge shows you don't have to go far to enjoy British cuisine.
Near the intersection of Burleigh and 36 is a piece of history. Milwaukee and London history.
We love Reynolds pastries. My kids love them. It's a family tradition.
To take us back in time, we went inside Reynolds Pasty Shop, a 66-year-old staple.
Well, these are the ovens here that we use to bake in, but the first process, it starts from here.
It's a process that has been a part of the British diet for centuries. And in Milwaukee, it's been a special treat generation after generation.
It still tastes the same as when I was a little girl.
Tarina Taylor used to come here with her dad, and now she brings her own children.
They don't ever mistreat you. They treat you like your family.
This man has been a customer for 40 years, the same amount of time some of the employees have been working here.
Mrs. Pat.
During our walkthrough, cashier Shanika Barkley introduced me to Miss Pat. She didn't want the spotlight, but she actually really deserves it. She's been working at Reynolds for 40 years and has barely missed a day of work. Living in West Dallas, she commutes to work by bus.
Working in Milwaukee and you live in West Dallas, you're catching 2 buses to get to work. I think that's amazing.
Almost everything in this building is done by hand by about 12 employees. Each make 300 to 400 pasties a day. All it takes is a little dough, stuffed with potatoes, beef, onions, and carrots to make the perfect Reynolds pasty. It's hand-wrapped and prepared for a pastry treat. From London ideas to a Milwaukee essential, Reynolds has had customers from all over the world.
Australia.
People from places that specifically come to Milwaukee for Reynolds Pasty Shop.
That looks really tasty. Sounds like one of the secret ingredients is love. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a Menominee Falls woman is sharing her story. Taylor Lumpkin talked to her about how she's trying to save lives.
Yeah. You ready to start over again? We're going to do it again.
When you first meet Sophia Fitzpatrick, you're sure to notice her infectious smile and the deep love that she has for her family and friends. But what you might not know is that she made the brave decision to get a double mastectomy last year in order to save her life.
It is important. Take agency over your body. Make that time for you.
Just before her 27th birthday, Sophia's mom passed away from ovarian cancer. That prompted Sophia to get tested to see if she had the BRCA1 gene.
Sophia carries a BRCA1 mutation, which put her at risk for breast and ovarian cancer.
So she made the decision with her husband that before her 40th birthday last year, she'd go through with the surgery. That decision to remove both breasts did in fact turn out to be the right call. According to her doctors at Aurora St. Luke's, a final analysis found that she was in the earliest stages of breast cancer when she had her mastectomy.
We were able to get the cancer out before it was even detectable and thereby cured her with that surgery.
I'm so happy to be thriving and just enjoying life and back to all the things that I was doing prior to any of my surgeries.
Now Sophia's celebrating 1 year being cancer-free and using her story to urge other women to get tested for breast cancer, whether you have a history of it in your family or not.
A mammogram costs you nothing but time, but a diagnosis could cost you a lot more.
1 in 8 women will get a breast cancer in her lifetime.
And now that she's got a clear bill of health, she says she plans on dedicating her life to spreading the message, screening saves lives.
I think my mom is looking down at me and couldn't be more proud.
So inspiring. The survival rate for cancer is pretty high if you catch it early. Hopefully, Sophia's bravery can inspire you to take charge of your own health. Don't go away. We have more great stories ahead, including how a local theater group is helping kids fall in love with the sound of music. But first, let's meet our Positively Milwaukee Pet of the Week.
Hi, I'm Johanna here at HAWS, the Humane Animal Welfare Society of Waukesha, and today I'm coming to you from our Positively Milwaukee Small Animal Nook. And this is where we have some of our small and furry friends, but we also have what we call observational pets. And these are animals that are not traditionally cuddly, but that you have joy from watching their behavior and watching them interact and hearing them and observing their behavior. This is Spaceship. He is one of our red-eared sliders. Spaceship came to us in really poor condition and had some treatment of his shell, and now he is ready to be adopted. Igloo is another red-eared slider available for adoption here at HAWS. You can see he's got some ping pong balls in his tank because he has enrichment to keep his mind healthy. Fun side note, his favorite food is frozen shrimp. These little guys are Evan and Ben. They are zebra finches. They are adult males. And we require these two to go in a home together because they're social creatures. It is healthier for their minds if they can live together. This little guy is Big Bird. He's one of our longer term residents. He is a gerbil, and this guy's about a year old, require about 6 to 9 inches of bedding because when they're not out playing, they are burrowing. This rodent is generally nocturnal, but sometimes will come out during the day, especially if that's when the food is around. If you're interested in finding out more or adopting any of the observational pets we have here at HAWS, please go to our website at hawspets.org or give us a call at 262-542-8851 to find out who we have here that's Positively Milwaukee.
Welcome back. It is a familiar sound for many on a Sunday morning, organ music. James Grow talked to a young man who's one of very few people trained to repair pipe organs.
From large cathedrals to his West Dallas workshop.
This is a street organ.
John Miller is keeping the songs of the past alive for generations to come in more ways than one.
I'm okay with being the organ guy. I'm organ guy John.
He's an organist and an organ builder.
I've been interested in pipe organs basically since I was born.
He has about 70 organs across Wisconsin, Illinois, and Iowa that he maintains and refurbishes.
It used to be that you would have organ builders in every region of the state, and organ builders have just become so few that now the few of us who are still around have to do a lot of traveling.
John said that there are only about a dozen in the state, and at 29 years old, he's by far one of the youngest.
I like preserving things that are old. I like hearing music that's 200 years old.
Becoming an organ builder is tough. While it's easy for an aspiring mechanic to find cars to work on, it's much more difficult to find an organ to tinker with. So he flew across the Atlantic and studied at a German organ builder school for 3.5 years.
As far as I know, there are 3 organ building schools in the world. One is in France, one is in Germany, and one is in Austria.
He came back in 2019 and opened up his shop in West Dallas. It's John's mission to breathe fresh air into these organs so that they may be played for a few hundred more years.
John also repairs cuckoo clocks and tower clocks. What a talented man. A pair of actors is working to bring theater to the Milwaukee suburbs. Cassandra McShepard talked to them about breathing new life into the sound of music.
Forte Theater Company was founded in 2018. My husband and I are professional actors by trade and had recently relocated to the Milwaukee area. Fell in love with the theater scene here in Milwaukee, but realized that there weren't any professional theaters in the suburbs.
We're a mom and pop shop, so anything that you see on the stage, the music, the choreography, the directing, the scenic design, the sound design, the lighting design. We all have to wear so many hats at this level. We're trying to do something that's never been done. And it can be challenging, but it's so rewarding.
We do 2 youth musical productions every year. We're called Forte Youth Productions for those shows, and we serve students ages 10 to 18, and we just want to give them the opportunity to work and learn alongside theater professionals. We are opening The Sound of Music here at the Sabre Center for the Performing Arts in Franklin. This is our first main stage production here in this beautiful venue. We're very excited to be here, and we have a cast full of some of Milwaukee's top professional talent.
It'll be the talk of the festival. 7 children in one family.
The Sound of Music is the story of Maria, who is practicing to be a nun, and then she gets thrown a curveball, and her faith gets shaken a bit, and she gets reminded that love is love. So the love between 2 people is just as great as the love with the Lord. And so the story itself unfolds in all of these wonderfully tense moments, but also rediscovery of joy and love.
I was excited and also a little daunted to be playing Maria, just since it's such an iconic character, played by the beloved Julie Andrews. But also I feel like it's a person that I know already, Maria, because it's a movie and a musical that I grew up with. So it's like kind of meeting an old friend.
Why The Sound of Music?
We love how this story puts music at the front and center, the importance of music in our lives.
Everything that everybody loves about The Sound of Music is heightened in this production, and that's because our director Randall is really bringing out all of the great nuance in this show. So everything that's funny is funnier. Everything that's dramatic is even more intense.
There's a reason this is one of the top 3 musicals in the world. And that's why we chose it.
Now, the final showing of The Sound of Music is this afternoon at 2 p.m. If you're planning on going, we do have more information. Just go to tmj4.com. Well, trick or treat time, and if you're like me, you love a sweet snack. So we wanted to ask you, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
Halloween candy?
Yeah.
Almond Joy.
Tricks. Snickers. Snickers. Whoppers.
The root beer bottle caps.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm definitely just like a Reese's person. Something a little more normal? Yeah, classic. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
My favorite candy is a lollipop and ice cream.
It's those tiny Reese's Hershey's bars.
The Reese's Pieces.
Okay, and you?
Kit Kat.
I like Twix.
My favorite would be a Twix, 100,000, or 100 grand. Or a Snickers, totally.
I like Kit Kats. How about you? Reese's.
I'm a Three Musketeers fan.
I like Kit Kats. Yeah? What do you like about them? I don't know, that wafer is just nice and crisp. It's good stuff.
I like Milky Ways, the chocolate and the caramel.
Kit Kat. Kit Kats, yeah, or Butterfingers. The texture, the crunch.
Probably Kit Kats.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of that one today. Why do you think it's so popular?
I don't know, it's crunchy. It's like, got like texture. I like it.
And obviously, people seem to like Kit Kats. If you have a favorite Halloween movie you'd like to share or a question we can ask next week, just head over to our Positively Milwaukee Facebook group. I'd love to hear from you. Well, if you like cute animals, and who doesn't, you're going to love our first reason to smile this morning. The Milwaukee County Zoo has some brand new friends. Joining the zoo family is Cinder, 6 new black-tailed prairie dogs, and 3 scimitar-horned orcs. It's a type of antelope. Now you might be able to see Cinder, a 4-month-old red panda cub. Cinder is slowly warming up to her new outdoor habitat. You're going to love seeing her climb the trees and learn how to use her tail. They're always so cute. And in more great zoo news, the Girl Scouts took over for a day. Girl Scouts Day was last week, and that meant more than 1,500 scouts, volunteers, and their family members. They got to join a dance party, spin a prize wheel, even had a scavenger hunt. Of course, they also got to see all the great animals the zoo features. Looks like a lot of fun. Don't go away. I'll be back with my quote of the week. A healthy democracy requires a decent society. It requires that we are honorable, generous, tolerant, and respectful. Our quote this Sunday comes from Charles W. Pickering. Pickering worked as a district judge in Mississippi and an appeals judge in Louisiana. He started his career in the 60s as a prosecutor. Pickering worked closely with the FBI to take down the KKK in Mississippi. He and his family needed protection from the KKK, but he still continued to serve his community regardless of the threats. So keep Pickering's words in mind. Be generous, respectful, and kind, and always fight for what's right. And as always, stay positively Milwaukee.